Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. My name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland. And tonight we're going to make this card. It's called a growing card, so you can use paper that connects up so it looks like it's and it's just a concertina. So it's quite a simple one, but quite effective. I've just used some of the, I can't remember what this paper is called now, which is on the, it was an online exclusive, which is now in the annual catalogue, which I can't find, it's not here. So, and I've just used a butterfly and the thanks from the stamp set called Spotlight on Nature. So that is the card that we're going to make tonight. Now let me just get up on the screen in case there is anyone joining us, so I can see. There we go. Put it on mute. All right. Okay, so I've left my trimmer. So we're going to start with, I'm going to use a piece of vanilla. I'll just be right back. Just been working in the other room and left my trimmer there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we've got a piece of card which is a standard card width, which is, if you're using inches, 4 1/8 or 10.5 centimeters. And we're going to cut this down to 10.5 inches, which is 27.7 centimeters. Just because I've got it in front of me, it's easy to have a look at that. All right, so then we'll do some scoring. So our first score line is at 3 inches. So 3 inches is 7.6 centimeters. 3 inches, we're going to do a score line there. Then we're going to go down to 4 3/8. So 1, 2, 3/8, which is 11.1. Hi, Alison. 6.5, which is 16.5 by the looks of that, centimeters. So 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters. And then the last one is 7 3/4, which is 19.7. All right. And then we're going to go there. So you'll have four score lines. These two panels here are the same size. You're not, that's the concertina part. So your DSP will go on these 3 pieces there. Okay, so get rid of that. We're just going to burnish all our score marks. Because they're going to be concertina, I'm going to score them both ways, just to, and I've used the thick vanilla, which you actually apparently can't buy anymore. I didn't realise, but it's the only vanilla that I've got at the moment, so we are using it. Okay. All right, so the first one that we want is, so the panel that is 3 inches, which you did first, so that's your bottom one. We're going to decorate that first. And now I've got a piece here, which, so that is 2 3/4 by 3 7/8. And we're just going to, and because, I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes when you get foil paper, and you use glue, you get like the glue kind of lines behind the paper. So because I don't want that effect on my card, because essentially the designer series paper is doing all of the work for you, I'm actually just using tear and tape. So I'll just get rid of that. Now the trick with this card to make it look really impactful is to make sure that your pieces, you cut a long segment and then cut them so that they actually look like they connect up. So we're just going to pop that on here like that. So that's our bottom piece. Then our next piece, our middle sheet, we're actually just going to put it in this center piece here, but it's longer than that, so it would look like it would fill up that whole space. So this piece here is, I forgot to write down what that is. It's 3 7/8 by 3 1/4. So we're just putting tape on the top half. So again, match your design up. Oh, wow. I hope that that's something that they like to do, Alison. Oh, that would be a rather large card. You know, I do that with some of the ones that I watch on the weekend too. Replays that I watch. It is much easier to see things on the TV, that's for sure. Oh, no, I don't want that. Got distracted. I'm going to put it in here. Too busy talking. Okay. Remember, if you're using double-sided tape, you need to burnish your tape down to make sure that it's adhered, and the backing tape will come off a whole lot easier. So I'm just going to line that up, center it, hopefully, yeah. So it's going to flip up here. This part here is not stuck down, all right? But it looks like it's one continuous piece. So when we're folding this, if we start from the bottom, that's going to be a mountain fold. So it's going to have the peak. No, it's not. Wrong way. It's a valley fold and then a mountain fold. So we're going to have it, it'll sit like that. And again, because we've got such pretty paper, I'm going to do that from the back. The thick cardstock makes it quite tight. So we've got that look there. When you open it, it looks like it's connected. All right. Then our top piece is going to sit here. So again, valley fold, mountain fold, and then this is going to go on the top here. Now I've cut this piece a little bit too long because I actually want to get it lined up with that bottom piece. So I think about, I take 1/8 of an inch off. What am I doing here? Oh, I cut the wrong end. Never mind. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Remember, if you want to trim it down, you can take more off, but you can't add it back on. So just take the smaller amount that you want. I'll just do a little tiny bit more. And with this great trimmer, you can get really small pieces that you can cut off. Okay, so then that kind of lines up with the bottom piece there. Can you see that? So I've ended up, it was 5 1/2, I think. It's now 5 1/8. No, it's not. It's 5 1/16. If you don't want to mess around with the 1/16, just do 5. Okay, so again, we're just going to pop that here. So it lines up there. I mean, it could go a little bit more off, but I'm not gonna be fussed about that. And if anyone gets this card, I'm sure they'll appreciate and they won't be measuring that last little bit there. So we're going to pop some tape on the back. Oops. And I'm just going to check here how far down I can go. I think I'll do one more. Oh. Okay. Let's just make sure that that's going to sit in there. Yep. All right. Okay. Let's just give that a bit of a... If you make this and you decide you don't like the fact that it's a bit poppy, like this one is a bit poppy, you could make a belly band or tie some ribbon. Would look really good around it. Just to hold it in place. So then that is our card. You open it. That one's a little bit longer, but that's okay. That just means that it doesn't look weird on the front. And then I'm just going to get a piece of, I'm using Spotlight on Nature, and I've got a bit of Blackberry Bliss. Oh, it's going super fast. So a piece of Blackberry Bliss, which I'm just going to stamp this butterfly. And then, actually, I'll patch that out because last time it went a bit crooked. So I'm just going to pop that in here. Oh, that was close. That was obviously shorter than I thought. So with this one here, I'm going to pop a thanks onto there. They're there for cleaning. This colour is beautiful, but to stare out every single time I use it, I end up with it everywhere. So I'm hoping that I've managed to avoid it this time. Okay, so we're just going to trim around. This has dies, but to be honest, it's a little bit faster just to do this, especially as my dining room is set up for Stamp Club tomorrow, and so my die cutting machine is in the other room. Okay, there we go. One butterfly. Now, this, I'm not sure if this is still available on, was online I think, but it's a very fine gold thread. So I like to just have, you could do it, it doesn't have to be the fine, you could do it with any linen thread or something like that, but because I've got the gold in my paper, I thought I had, you probably can't see it on this one, but I've got the silver behind here. It just gives a little bit of and then I'm just going to grab some dimensionals, and I'm putting a lot on because even though it doesn't seem like it, the mesh actually takes up a fair amount of the like it just takes up a bit of the stickiness, so I really want it to stay on properly. Now another trick with this is to maybe twist it and then grab your ends so that they're in the middle, but give it a bit of a twist. and then just drop it down. It feels very unorganized, but you get that kind of effect, and then you get that effect, which if you were to see it on the card would look like that. It looks like I've managed to get the ends down, which is great, and it's still sticky, so I'm just going to pop that about there, and then pop my butterfly. I've put 2 dimensionals higher at the top there because this is raised and I want it to sort of sit on the edge. If I'd put my dimensional down there, it would be uneven, so it'd be lower there and up high there. So if you prefer and you want to keep it adhered, you could put a little bit of glue on there, but otherwise just pop it on there so that it's in place, and then just bring your little butterfly on there, and then that is the end of our card. I'm glad your friends are enjoying it. Thank you for joining us, friends of Alison. I hope that you have enjoyed that. So this is our card, complete. I thought about putting a panel here for you to write on, but actually I thought it would probably be nicer on the back. And then it doesn't really sit up, but if you leant it against something, what have I got here? If you leant it against something, it sits up quite nicely by itself. So if you had it on a mantelpiece or something, or on a shelf on the wall. So that is 1 and 2. So that's our card. Oh my gosh, I think that's the fastest card that we've done. Ah, hello Nadine, sister-in-law. Yeah, there you go. That one, that will annoy me, so I'll just... Nadine actually has a whole lot of this stuff that she was saving for when she retired, so I wonder if she's actually doing anything with it. Okay, here we go. So if I put that up there like that, you can see what it's like when it stands up, and then there's one that's lying flat. So it fits in a standard envelope. No problem. It's actually a little bit shorter than a standard card, but it's the same width. Yeah. So please do have a go if you feel so inclined. Would love to see it if you have a go. And if you do, I will pop a picture of these cards up on my page, and then pop yours underneath. Love to see what you make. You could use any designer series paper. The one that I did see that I saw that I cased, she had dahlias. I think it was the dahlia paper. So it just kind of had like a big garden of flowers. But I thought that paper looked quite nice. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I do hope that you have a lovely rest of your evening, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye for now.